you're working there. The name's Fritz, and welcome to the Popgoes Pizzeria, the next generation of kids' entertainment. As you already know, you'll be guarding this place until 6 in the morning, and as your boss, I'm obliged to help you understand your job and the tools you'll be allowed to use during the shift. So, first things first, I've got to be honest, your current setup might not be very optimal, so to say. I didn't have time to prepare a designated room for you in the location, so you'll just have to manage with using one of the internet cafe monitors near the stage, next to the gang. Don't start complaining just yet, I set a nice spot near the window for you. Even brought a fan. Anyway, the phone you have in your hand, it's usually used by kids during the day for games and whatnot, but I've sorted out a security application that only activates during the night, which is when you're here, obviously. Everything you'll ever need for your job is ready to use. Go on, press some buttons. You can check all the rooms with set cameras that are connected online, and the ventilation system too. Alright, I know what you're thinking. First night on the job, I'm rambling a bit, it's a lot to take in. And yes, I know there are a bunch of anthropomorphic plastic animals around you, watching you work. Trust me when I say I know how that feels. Your imagination might get a tad bit out of control. Stress does that to you. But don't worry, you're completely safe here. I've built this place from the ground up to be one of the most transparent, honest, and safest places on Earth. Unlike some other businesses. If you ever start feeling anxious, looking out the window or just, taking a look outside should calm you. That tends to work for me at least. Right, back to the anthropomorphic animals. I'm sure you've already guessed by now that these are our animatronic characters. Top of the line technology. Honestly, the name animatronic doesn't do them justice. They're more like multi-purpose robots. They can be programmed to do anything I can think of. They pretty much run this place now. Of course, again, they are completely harmless. They aren't physically capable of hurting anybody. Made sure of that myself. I think I might be going on for too long. Last thing on the list. You may have noticed that this is a pre-recorded message, which means if you want to ask a question, you won't get an answer. But hey, to fix that, I've given you some options. I stayed up all night to set up a simple Q&A system to go with your app. When this call ends, you will get 3 topics to choose from, and when you select one of them, another audio message of mine will play to help explain whatever you want to know more about. Quite nifty, right? Obviously not quite as much freedom as a normal phone call, but it'll have to do for now. Well, that's it for your first night. Check those cameras and don't forget to take a breather once in a while, alright? Your 3 options should appear now. Alright. You want to learn more about your job, that's good. Well, as you might have noticed, you can reset any electronic or wireless connections in 6 of the pizzeria's rooms by using your phone's room shutdown button. I added this feature to your phone to ease the job of having to fix any tech-related problems that might crop up during your shift. So you don't have to go there and manually fix it. So if you see the printers going awry or something, just push that button and wait a few seconds for all the systems to go back online. Bear in mind, technical faults almost never happen here, so I really doubt you'll need to use it that much. Oh, and don't worry about breaking any machinery or something. They'll just go back to doing their normal activities once the shutting down procedure is complete, which is about 5 to 10 seconds long. Alright, well, that's your first night. I'll do the same thing for you tomorrow. You know what to do. Good night, kid.
Simon says, learn to exactly what to learn and truth.
Right, there you go. Second night. Hope you've gotten used to your job by now, pressing buttons on a phone. You'll have trouble finding a job that actually requires you to be on one of those. Anyway, I expect efficient use of that phone, kid. Oh, and I'll let you know now, don't start slacking off. I'm paying attention. After your first week is done, I'll be doing a review of your progress to see if you are fit to continue or not. If you do your job especially well, I might even give you a bonus. But I guess there isn't even that much for you to do. I know I haven't given you much to work with just yet, as this is just the test run. But there is something for you to do in case you get bored, I suppose. Since, well, I'm not going to treat you like those robots behind you. So we're entering the winter time. I imagine you'll be working just next week, so it's going to get pretty darn cold for you, and I'm sure you've already noticed this from yesterday. I don't know. I have given you access to the ventilation system, which means you should be able to turn on the heating grids once in a while to warm up the place. They'll stay on for about a minute probably, but that's long enough, right? Bear in mind the vents go around the perimeter of the building, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. Well, that should keep you entertained. God, I hope you're as easily pleased as I am. That's all for tonight. Oh, wait, now it's your time to talk. Here you go. Ah yes, it does look kind of weird, doesn't it? Well, as with all of the other systems in the building, I designed those heaters myself. They're just very thick laser beams going from one face of the vent to the other. You should be able to see a square rim around the vent sections with a light that switches between red and green.
Keep finding me. I'll tell you everything.
the heaters in the vents stayed on for a minute when you turned them on. In reality, I've made it closer to like 9 seconds or something, so sorry about that. Not a huge mistake, but I should own up to it anyway. It's one of the only things I haven't got written down. I should actually make a note of it now, I suppose. I'm kind of tired right now. I've been doing all these calls in one take, so I've just noticed it. Such a huge difference, too. 1 minute should be 10 seconds. Jeez, I'm an idiot sometimes. Hey, now that you've been here for 2 nights, correct? Beginning your 3rd one now, yes? Tell me, what do you think about the place? The pizzeria, I mean. It's real special. Let me tell you, during the day you can really feel it. The fantasy, the fun, the safety, you know? Kids can run down the halls and be greeted by the characters. They gather around and sing with them on the stage. They build and print out these figurines like posable toys. And of course they get to paint them, coat them in a binding agent, etc. It makes them feel grown up. It makes them feel special, you know? I remember this kid one day. Totally heartwarming. There was this kid. He was running around and somehow managed to open one of the locked rooms. The server room, I think it was. And he started messing around in there. Well, I was in my office, like always, and I see this kid on the camera. I start to get a little worried. Now, here we go again, I'm saying to myself. And I was about to go get him sorted out myself, but right then, as I'm taking my jacket off, Blake, that badger character to your left, gets in the room with the kid and starts to play a little game, using the server room's monitor. Have you know the game Simon Says? Well, it was like that. He just turned it... hold on now. I'll sort the rest out later. I'll leave this message here. The options should be up for you now. Sorry about this. Yes, the story. Sorry about before. I had to take care of something. Well, I don't exactly remember where I left off, but the kid ended up liking Blake quite a lot. The rest of the day, he just kept pressing his call button, the yellow one to the left of the monitors, to get him to come closer and play their game. It's moments like those that can make you smile, you know? Getting to use these characters to make people as happy as they've made me. It's really something. At least, I hope you feel the same way. I know you aren't here during the day, so I suppose you'll have to take my word for it when I say it's great. And the kid I mentioned has been a loyal customer since. Though I don't really like using that word. See you tomorrow.
He wants to save her, and I will make his wish come true. Thank you, Strings.